the one of the other ministers who I want to mention is the one who was pretty notorious after her comments in the House of Commons, MP Yara Sachs, who basically tried to say that honk honk, the word honk honk, was an acronym for Hail Hitler. Honk honk is an actual word. It is not an acronym. So before we get into where she is currently headed in terms of a new ministerial duty, let's play this clip for you of her in the House of Commons. I think this is about this time last year.
Madam Speaker, and I've heard the words of my colleague on the other side of the floor, and so I have a few questions. As a Jewish member of Parliament myself and a descendant of survivors of the Holocaust as well, I, like many Canadians, were shocked to see Nazi flags, Confederate flags, dismayed and angry and hurt, horribly hurt. So how many Nazi flags does it take? How many donors from the Capitol riots, it's 1,100 and counting, who have donated to these illegal blockades? How many guns need to be seized? How much vitriol do we have to see of honk honk, which is an acronym for Hail Hitler, do we need to see by these protesters on social media? How many times do we have to see clear indicators that what is out there is not about the hard 2 years that every Canadian has suffered? But is it about something much deeper and darker and uglier that is threatening the stability of this House, the work that we do as legislators each and every day for our constituents, the democracy that we have to uphold? When will it be an emergency for you and your colleagues across the floor?
The honourable member knows.
Oh my goodness. Well, and that is in, post the complete betrayal of democracy, right? We were prevented access to public buildings, to deputations, to delegations. Repeatedly, concerns of constituents fell on the deaf ears of entitled politicians throughout the COVID hysteria. That was clear. That is why the truckers took to the nation's capital in January and February of 2022 to air their grievances. So she's referring, it's quite literally doublespeak, and that is a 1984 reference by George Orwell. We have just revamped and refurbished that book. You can find it at, I think it's 1984book.com, and order your copy of it, because we often make a lot of those references and those terms that are present in that book, and it's literally doublespeak, because she's saying one thing, but it quite literally means the exact opposite. And now this is the minister, and Andrew Lawton from True North had a really funny tweet, just short and sweet tweet about this. He says, the woman who thinks honk honk means Hail Hitler is now in charge of the mental health file in Canada. So she has now been appointed to the Minister of Mental Health and Addictions, where she herself seems like she might struggle with some mental health afflictions. I mean, she seems pretty paranoid in that clip that, somehow honk honk, that's in reference to the truckers who were honking out front of the Parliament buildings, somehow that means Hail Hitler. That seems a little bit paranoid to me.
But they probably say, which person can represent the mental health issue if the person have already mental health issues? So they just pick up the one that fit with the job requirement.